Hello guys, I thought today I would do a live video for you, and as you can see I have no nails, and I wanted to try something different. I wanted to use a polygel and dual forms. I don't know if you are familiar with that, but polygel is something in between gel and acrylic. So it is much thicker than a gel. And when you put it on your nail, I'm going to show you. But when you put it on your nail, it doesn't spread everywhere. And you have the time to make the shape the way that you want your nail to be. So it does not dry out like acrylic does. And once you're happy with how you have shaped the nail, you can just put it in the UV lamp or the LED lamp, whatever you have, and you are ready. It's much easier, especially if you are a beginner. And the truth is, I'm not really using this technique because I love forms and I love gel. But today I thought I would do something different. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. I have some dual forms, excuse me for that, but they are very old and dusty. So I'm just gonna clean them up. And if you have any questions, you can just ask. But I got my dual forms from, I think AliExpress. And they look like that. And oops, you have different sizes, and you see which size fits your nail best, and you just use polygel. You can use gel if you want, but it's actually much more difficult to use gel rather than polygel. So I'm just gonna move and talk along so you can understand what I'm talking about. And I'm going to prepare my nails, and I'm going to lift my cuticles. So I have a few videos on my channel which show you how I'm preparing a nail in order to make whatever, in order to make gel, in order to make gel polish, whatever you are going to put on your nail, you have to prepare your nails first. So the two main beads that I'm using is, let me see, let me just play with the light so I can see, maybe. Okay, so this one looks like a teardrop, and I'm lifting the cuticles with this one, and this one is just a little ball, and I'm just going over my cuticles with this. So just to make sure that everything has been removed from the nail, because if you put any product on your nail while you have cuticles, it's going to be lifted, and you don't want that because it's not going to last. So I'm going to take my, excuse my appearance. Anyway, I'm going to take my drill, and I'm going to put the teardrop first. I hope that you will be able to see. But because I don't have many subscribers yet, I cannot film from my phone. So I'm just gonna film from my laptop. Hopefully you're going to be able to see. I have many videos on how I'm doing this on my channel. So if you want more details, you can go back to my videos and see a more clear video on how I do this, because I just want to focus more on the polygel and the dual forms on this live. So you can see here Can you see? I'm just lifting my cuticles. I don't have a lot of cuticles, to be honest. I have clients who have much more than I do, and I can spend a lot of time removing their cuticles, but I don't. So this is a quick process for me. And when I do my nails, I just prefer doing the first hand, finishing the first hand, and then going to the next one. So make sure that your bead is not pointed on your nail because you're just going to make a hole. You want it to be parallel to your nail, okay? And the speed is slow. And then once I'm finished with this, I'm going to dust away any dust. You can see that, can you see? They are actually much more clear. And I'm going to take my the ball, and I'm going to go very fast on the edge of my nails and on the cuticles, just to make sure that my nail is nice and clean. You can see that I'm not spending a lot of time on each nail. I don't want to burn myself, and I don't want to harm my nails. Okay, I'm done with this step. And now I'm just going to take a file and go over my entire nail. I'm using a 100 to 180 grid, and I'm going over my entire nail. So the reason why you want to remember not to avoid this step is because you want to make a rough surface in order for the product to stick on your nail. If you don't do this step, I'm pretty sure your whatever you use, even if it's for gel or acrylic, it's not going to stick. So I'm not doing this roughly. I don't want to destroy my nail. I'm just doing this very lightly just to make some texture on my nails. So I have some product on my nails. I had gel and I removed it very lightly. Okay, so let me show you close up so you can see. Can you see? And just bring the light closer. I haven't done this before. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Sorry guys. Anyway, so I hope that you can see something. I haven't destroyed my nails. I just made some texture on them. So I'm then going to take some alcohol on a wipe, and I'm going to clean any dust that might be on the nails. You have to make sure to clean them very, very good. Otherwise, again, you're going to have some lifting. So they're clean, and I'm going to prime them. So you want to use, if you have oily nails, you want to use a dehydrator, something that will make them less oily. You want to let this dry. And then I'm going to put another primer, which is supposed to stick the product on my nail. Much better. So make sure that your primers dry out very, very good before you put anything on them. Otherwise, you might create moisture underneath the gel or the polygel or the acrylic, and this might create some mold, which I'm pretty sure you don't want to. So I'm gonna let this dry. So if you're doing both hands, or if you have a client and you're doing this to your client, this is gonna be dry by the time you finish with the other hand. So I'm doing only my left hand, so I have to let it dry. You can see it's dry, and then I'm just going to take my gel or whatever base you have, and I'm just going to rub it just a very, very, the tiniest amount, and I'm going to rub this on the nail. Just imagine that you try to put the product in the lines that you created with a file. So you want to make them, you want to feel the lines and the texture that you created with your file. So make sure you don't touch your skin. If you do, you have to clean this up before you put it in the lamp with whatever product you use. And I'm going to do all of my nails. I'm rubbing, I'm actually putting some pressure. Pull your skin with your fingers just to make sure that you go all over your nail. And again, if you touch your skin, make sure you clean it. So I was thinking of doing oval nails and make them a bit longer. Not like extremely long, but I don't know. We'll see. And you want to put this in the lamp for 30 seconds if you have a LED lamp, or 3 minutes, I think, if you have a UV lamp. I haven't used the UV lamp for ages, so I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I have to put this, to plug this in. Okay, so 30 seconds. I actually had to prepare my tips before I put any product on, but it's okay. I'm just gonna guess my size. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so once you're done, you are going to use your forms, your dual forms. I think this one is my size. I'm going to clean this before I put any product, just to remove any dust or any any dust, anything that can be on the nail. And I'm going to use my Polygel, and you can see that it's really thick, so I'm really pressing right here, and I'm going to put a small amount, and then you can either use alcohol or some companies have their own liquid for the Polygel. I have a liquid right here, and I'm just gonna use this one, but you can use alcohol for this. And you dip this in your alcohol and you shape. You just press your brush on the tip. Just make sure that you move the product and you make the shape exactly the way you want it to be, and the length exactly the way that you want it to be. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to just not press it, I'm just going to put it on my nail just to see how long it is. I think I'm happy with the length that I have. So here is, I think you can see it here. Yeah. So here's the length that I went for. And I'm just going to very lightly press this on my nail. Make sure that you don't have any air bubbles inside. If you see any product going outside the form, then you have to take your brush and clean it up, just to make yourself easier later on, because otherwise you have to clean it with a bead. So once you're happy and you see that you don't have any air bubbles in there, you're just going to put this for a few seconds, let's say 30 seconds. It's super easy because these forms actually give you the correct apex that your nail needs to have, and you can work with Polygel for hours and it doesn't dry out. So you can just make sure that the longer you play with it, the softer it becomes. So once this is cured, you just do this and it just goes away off. So I'm not sure if you can see. It doesn't even need any filing. You can see I'm gonna do a little bit of filing, and especially for my shape, but I love it. I love this. If you are in a hurry and you just want to do your nails, this is a very good way to do it. So next finger, if you want to save some time, instead of waiting for 30 seconds to be polymerized and then do the second nail again 30 seconds and then the third nail again 30 seconds, you can put it like for 10 seconds, 10 seconds just to stabilize the product. Then do the next nail 10 seconds and then make sure that the final finger is inside for 30 seconds and then remove all of them at once. So this is what I'm gonna do just to save some time. I measured the nail, the dual form. I'm putting some product on. I'm dipping my brush in the liquid and then I am shaping the product in the form. So if you have too much product, of course you can take a dotting tool, you can remove the excess product, and if you have too little, you can of course add. I had too little products there, so I added. Just make sure that you don't have a lot of product on the edges, because when you press it on your nail, this is going to go outside the tip, and you don't want this. So you don't want, these are specific forms for dual forms. So you don't want them to be for, excuse me, these are specific forms for polygel. You don't want these to be too thick or anything like that, otherwise they're not gonna be removed very easily. So let me show you. You can squeeze these, can you see? And they don't break. So I'm just gonna measure my nail, make sure that it's about the same size as the other one. I'm gonna put it on my nail. Remove any excess that I have, excess product. Make sure it's not very close to your cuticles, otherwise you are going to have to file them. And once you're happy, 10 seconds. I'm just looking for, I have to get new dual forms. I'm just looking for in a bigger size, and I cannot find them. I think this one is okay. Actually, you can remove it even in 10 seconds. So I'm just gonna use this one. Hopefully it's not gonna be too small. Anyway. Oh, clean it up. Remove any dust. So guys, can you tell me which product is your favorite to use? I love gel, as I said. I love gel. I don't know why I love it so much. This is easier. I don't know why I don't love this as much as I love gel. I don't know. Acrygel, acrylic, I don't know. I think I don't like it because of the smell. It stinks. And especially after I had my two kids, while I was pregnant, I stopped working with acrylic because I didn't want to smell these harsh ingredients. And after that, I actually pretty much stopped using acrylic because I just I cannot stand the smell anymore. Okay, 10 seconds. Just to give you a little tip, most of the time, this finger is the same as this finger, the size I mean. So if you want to save some time, just use the same one, the same tip. You'll see that it's the same size. And I said most of the time, okay? So this is not a rule, but just try it, especially if you use forms. If you cut a form the proper way for this finger, it usually fits on this finger as well. So don't throw the form. If it has good glue and your form does not get destroyed after you remove it from the finger, then just try using it on this finger as well. You're like 90% of the times you're not going to need to use another form because they are the same size. So I'm moving on. I removed the tips from these, but they need to be polymerized, cured for 20 more seconds at least. So I'm not gonna file them just yet. Okay. You can shape, you can make the shape exactly the way that you want it to be in there. If you feel that you have too much product, you can go underneath with some liquid and just remove it from your skin because it's pretty hard to remove it afterwards. So if you see that your tip is actually lifting, maybe because you have too much liquid on the tip, you can hold it with your finger and put it inside, making sure that you don't move the form while you put it in there, or you can just use your other finger like that. You don't need, like 5 seconds are enough, and then you can remove your other hand. So I'm using Sun 5 Max for my LED lamp, and I got it from Amazon, I think. I'm going to, can I link in live videos? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you can link. So this one is a bit shorter than the other ones, but it's fine because I think I'm going to make the other ones shorter as well. So the last finger is usually the biggest form. And you can see that they don't become very thick. You don't need them to be thick. Can you actually see? How can I show you? Can you see? They're not thick at all. And they last. Because they are thin, just at the edge, if you file them down, you'll see that near the natural nail, you actually have a lot of product. So this is what prevents the nail from breaking. When I measure, I'm not touching my nail. I'm just approximately looking at the size just to see if I like it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do as a design or a color or anything. Actually, I don't know. Do you have any ideas? I want something, I don't know, not too extreme, something like low profile. Anyway, I was thinking of an ombre or baby boomer, something like that. If you feel that you have too much liquid on your brush, you just wipe it. Yeah, it's too long, but who cares? I'm gonna file it down. The bad thing about filing the nails is just what I said before. Now they are thin at the end, but if you, so I just put my fingers for 30, all of my fingers for 30 seconds, just make sure that they are polymerized properly. So the bad thing about filing down is because now I have a thin end at the nails, but if I file them down, they become thicker and thicker towards the finger. So I will have to shape them a bit more. And I'm done. And they're not sticky, just to so I'm putting this away. There are different colors of Acrygel. You can have nude, you can have basically different type of nudes, different color of nudes, but I don't like them. I prefer clear one, so I can, when I do a refill, I can just remove the color and put another color on. So I'm going to use a bead like that. And I'm going to go near my cuticles just to make them smoother, okay? If there are any bumps, and around my fingers, just make sure that the connection between my nail and the product that I have on, Polygel, is much smoother. So I'm just removing some of the product. Okay, so here you can see that I have a bump. I want to file this down. So this is the reason why I didn't cut my cuticles before I started Polygel. If I had cut my cuticles, now that I'm going over with this bead, I would actually bleed my cuticles, and I don't want this because they would be very, very soft. And now I'm just filing my cuticles as well, and they are being removed at the same time. So now with all these things happening around COVID and all these things, people are not going to salons anymore, to nail technicians. Many have started doing their own nails, and I'm happy to see new people trying their luck and their talent. And this is why I recommend this product, especially to those who are not nail technicians. So if I can link anything that I have used, well, some of the products that I've used are created in my country, so I'm not gonna be able to find the specific Acrygel or the primers, but anything like the beads or the lamp or anything like that, I can link them. If I can edit this after I pause the live. I haven't done a live before. I have no idea what I'm doing. So, where are you from, guys? What time is it now in your country? Here it's actually 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night. I just put my kids to bed and it's some mommy time. Time to make my own nails. I'm going to make this one shorter because it's too long and I'm using the same bead, but I'm using it this way, not parallel. I'm just cutting it because if I use a file, I'm never gonna finish. So I'm gonna file down some more, just a little bit. Just make them all the same length. And then I'm going to use a file and I'm going to make the shape exactly like I want it to be and make this shape exactly the same in all of my nails. So I want this to be oval. So this is what I'm doing. I usually make my nails square. I don't know what it is lately that I actually I actually love about nails lately. What do you guys like? Okay, shaping. I know it's boring. I think I'm just going to do my other hand of camera, and I'm going to do another live whenever I decide to paint them, probably in a couple of days. I don't know. So this is what I was talking about. Now that I have filed my nails down, especially this one, which was quite long, you can see, or maybe not. Can you see? It's actually much thicker than before. Can I use, maybe, if I use white background, you can see that it's actually thicker than, let's say, this one that I haven't filed at all. So I have to make this thinner, and I'm going to use the same bead, and I'm going to make it thinner from the inside of the nail. I'm going to do the rest as well. And I'm just going to buff them. You see, no shaping, no nothing. It's quick, it's easy. Okay, and once you have shaped them and you're happy with how they look, you are done. You are done. And you can start painting them. So you can use color gel on top. You can use gel polish. Just make sure that you use a base and you're good to go. you see that you have an apex, and they are actually quite thin. Oh, I haven't bought this one. Okay, and if you have any cuticles that you feel that have to be removed, this is the time to remove them. After you have filed, after you have used your drill, and after you have used your buffer. So now you can cut any cuticles that you feel that needs to be removed. I don't see any on my nails, so I'm not gonna cut anything. And once you have your nails clean, you can use some alcohol, remove any dust, because as I said, if there is dust before you paint them or before you use any product on them, this is going to create a lifting, and you don't want that. Make sure you do underneath the nail as well. So this is the result. Let me just, can you see? No. Yes. Maybe now. Maybe a little less light. So this is the before, and this is the after. Oops. So guys, what did you think? I feel that it's quite easy, and I would love if you recreated this and maybe you tagged me on Instagram or anything. Just comment maybe and tell me your opinion. I'm going to do my other hand off camera, and I thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate that you watched my video. So if you want to see more videos of mine, don't forget to subscribe. It means the world to me. It really makes me happy whenever I see a subscriber on my channel, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye guys.